Yeah, hi everyone, Ian Macdonald here, Group Controller for Hawke's Bay Civil Defence Emergency Management Group. It's been another busy week for us. But we've been making some good progress around, particularly around our welfare. And behind me here, the welfare team is operating outside this or inside this tent. They are managing our 0800 number. There's a call centre somewhere else obviously, but they're dealing with all the processes and making sure that people who need help are put into the right agency that can help them. So I just want to actually put a plug in for that 0800 number. Make sure that if you need anything, any goods, services, accommodation as a result of this emergency, please give that number a call so that people can actually help you. So look, where we're at right now, we're continuing on obviously with that 0800 number as I discussed, but we're also starting to work on our long-term sustainment for our isolated communities, and there's around about 24 of them across the region. So we're trying to have a process where we sustain them over a period of time, so one drop every week for example, and that we're making sure that they have enough supplies to last them in case if we have bad weather for example, the helicopters may not be able to fly, and making sure also that they get what they need, and it's a bit more targeted to their needs. The other area that we're sort of working on is this transition, what we call transition into recovery. So recovery is the long-term piece managed by central government, by our councils and all the agencies involved there. Tangata Whenua have a key role to play there, and a number of other agencies and organisations as well. And so that is about how do we move the Hawke's Bay forward in terms of recovering from this event. Things like our infrastructure, looking at where do we develop next. All those big decisions that need to be made are made by our councils and by central government. And the part that we have to play in that is that transition piece, which is starting to happen now. So we are identifying all of those things that are still required from the response moving forward. So for example, remote communities and the resupply of those remote communities, that needs to be handed over to the recovery team so that carries on, because obviously we don't want to have a break in that. We don't want to have communities and people starting to fall through the gaps. So that's a really big piece of work. It's not clean cut. It's not about saying right, the response is over and now the recovery starts. There's actually quite an overlap, and this is a big event, so I think that overlap will go over many weeks. So really that's it. A lot of work for us moving forward. Yeah, we're still operating 7 days a week at this stage, so some of us will be working over the weekend, but you have a good weekend. Thank you.